I've reached the end of all my strength. I don't have answers anymore. I've tried to carry everything, but I can't do this on my own. I've been holding on to pieces of a life I can't control. Every step feels heavier, every road is taking its toll. I smile so no one worries, but inside I'm breaking down. I've been strong for far too long, and I don't know how now.
I've prayed with faith and confidence, I've prayed with doubt and fear. I've waited through the silence, wondering if you're near. I've tried to fix what's broken, tried to heal myself somehow, but I'm tired of pretending I know what to do right now.
I don't come with pride or plans. I don't come with strength to prove.
I come with open, trembling hands
and lay my heart with you. I surrender all to you. Every fear I couldn't face,
every tear I never cried,
every moment I felt replaced.
I surrender all to you.
When I don't know how to stay,
take this fragile, wounded heart,
I place it in your hands. I've been afraid of letting go, afraid of losing who I am, but holding on has left me tired, and I don't understand. I built my walls to stay alive, but they became my prison too. Now I'm breaking every door just to fall into you.
if healing means I must release the pain I've learned to keep, and teach my heart how to trust again and rest in what you see. I surrender all to you.
Every burden, every shame,
All the nights I blamed myself,
every loss I couldn't name.
I surrender all to you.
When my faith feels weak and small,
I don't need to be complete,
I just need to let you hold it all.
I don't ask for perfect peace,
Or a life without pain,
I just need your presence here.
to breathe again. If the road is long from here, I'll walk it step by step. Just promise me I'm not alone in what I have left.
I remember when believing felt like breathing in the light. Now belief feels like a battle I fight every night.
But even in this broken place, I hear you call my name. Not with judgment, not with force, but mercy all the same. Yeah.
I've run out of words to say, I've run out of strength to try. So here I am on bended knees with no more walls to hide. I surrender all to you,
Not because I understand,
but because my heart is tired.
of pretending I can stand.
I surrender all to you.
Let your grace be all I see.
If you restore what's left of me,
That's more than enough for me. I'm letting go. I'm breathing again.
I surrender all to you.
And I'm finally safe. I've been holding on to things I never said, Whispers in my heart, storms inside my head. I tried to fix myself before I came to you, but every time I tried, the hurt just grew. There were moments in the midnight where I thought I lost my way, times when I forgot how to even pray. I thought you only wanted my best and nothing less, but grace came rushing into all my mess. Grace didn't wait for me to clean my shame. Grace simply came when I called your name. I tried to hide my failure, I try to hide my scars, but grace sees beauty right where the bruises are. Grace isn't blind to the things I've done. Grace is the answer, child, the battle's won. You never asked me to be perfect, you only asked me to be real. And in the broken places, grace began to heal. Covered by grace, covered by grace.
You washed it all away. I don't have to earn, I don't have to chase. Jesus, I am covered by grace.
Covered by grace when I lose control. Covered by grace, you restore my soul. Every heartbreak, every hidden place, Jesus, I'm forever covered by grace. I thought grace was a one-time thing, a moment at an altar, something small and hidden, something easily altered. But grace kept showing up when I didn't expect. Grace kept reminding me love is still perfect. Grace came in whispers when tears hit the floor. Grace knocked gently on my locked heart door. Grace didn't scold me, grace didn't shame. Grace said, I love you, I know your name. Grace was patient in silence, grace was comfort in pain. Grace stayed steady when I felt insane. There were days I doubted if I'd ever be free, but grace just kept whispering, come back to me. Grace doesn't rush, but takes time to restore. Grace sits with brokenness till you're whole once more. Grace doesn't demand that I get everything right. Grace simply holds me every lonely night. I don't need to hide my weakness, I don't need to hide my past. Your grace is steady fire, a love made to last.
Covered by grace, no fear can stay but my grace. You wash it all away. I don't have to earn, I don't have to chase. Jesus, I am covered by grace.
Covered by grace when I lose control. Covered by grace, you restore my soul. Every heartbreak, every hidden place, Jesus, I'm forever covered by grace. I see grace in the morning when the sunlight hits the floor. I see grace and forgiveness that I didn't ask for. Grace meets me in small things, in quiet moments alone. Grace meets me in laughter, grace meets me at home. Grace is not fragile, grace doesn't break, Grace can turn sorrow into something God can make. Grace is not earned by all that I do. Grace is a gift that always comes through. Even when I doubt, even when I fear, grace says I'm present, I'm right here. Grace doesn't leave when I fall again. Grace says start over, we begin at amen. Grace rewrites story, grace redefines word. Grace change identity, grace offers rebirth. Grace makes me fearless, grace teaches peace. Grace is the love that never will cease. I don't need to understand it, I just need to believe. Your grace is the miracle I never thought I'd receive.
Covered by grace, no fear can stay. I get you wash it all away. I don't have to earn, I don't have to chase. Jesus, I am covered by grace.
Covered by grace when I lose control. Covered by grace, you restore my soul. Every heartbreak, every hidden place, Jesus, I'm forever covered by grace. Grace in the silence, grace in the sound, grace in the lost, grace in the found, grace in the waiting, grace in the tears, grace in the darkness through all these years. Grace when I'm weary, grace when I fight, grace when I can't sleep through the night. Grace never ends from heaven. I've been holding on to memories I wish I could forget, things I never understood, choices I still regret. I've been trying to fix the story, rewrite the history, but no matter how I try, the pain still lives in me. I've carried quiet burdens that nobody ever saw, dreams that fell apart, hearts that went raw. I wanted to hide the blemishes, pretend they're not real, but somewhere deep inside, I just wanted to heal. I thought I needed answers before I could come. I thought I needed progress, like the work had to be done. But grace doesn't wait for me to clean my soul. Grace rushes in first and starts to make me whole. You didn't wait for perfection, didn't ask for success. You came to me in brokenness and gave me tenderness. Your grace doesn't run out, it doesn't fade away. Your grace is steady, day by day. Grace carries me when I can't stand. Grace takes my heart in your gentle hand. When I fall down, grace lifts me up. Jesus, it's your grace that's more than enough. Grace carries me in the darkest night. Grace speaks truth when I lose sight. Every moment, every tear I see, Jesus, your grace still carries me. I've been waiting for the moment when I finally felt okay, thinking peace would arrive when pain went away. Grace is an absence of trouble. Grace is strength in the storm. Grace is the calm voice saying, I'll keep you safe and warm. Grace doesn't erase the struggle, it walks through it with me, holding my soul steady when my eyes can't see. I've tried to be deserving, tried to prove I'm good, tried to say all the right words when I'm misunderstood. But grace didn't need my performance, grace didn't need my show. Grace simply said, come to me, there's nothing you need to know. Sometimes grace is quiet, sometimes grace is loud. Sometimes grace breaks shame and stands tall in a crowd. Sometimes grace is patient for years and years. Sometimes grace wipes away a lifetime of tears. Grace waits in silence, grace meets me in fear. Grace whispers softly, I'm always right here. Grace carries me when I can't stand. Grace takes my heart in your gentle hand. When I fall down, grace lifts me up. Jesus, it's your grace, that's more than enough. Grace carries me in the darkest night. Grace speaks truth when I lose sight. Every moment, every tear I see, Jesus, your grace. I used to think grace was fragile, like it might break if I fail. But now I see grace is mighty, a love that never derailed. Grace is stronger than sorrow, taller than sin. Grace doesn't ask, where have you been? Grace just says, welcome, I'm glad you're home. Grace sits beside me so I'm never alone. There were places I avoided because they reminded me of pain, but grace leads me back gently and teaches me to live again. You take every shattered moment, you take every heavy fear, and slowly, 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 you turn them into clear. Clear like the morning, clear like your voice, clear like the peace that leaves me no choice but to trust your process, your time and your way. Because grace is enough for today and every day. I don't have to earn your love, I don't have to strive. Grace finds me broken and brings me back alive. Grace carries me when I can't stand. Grace takes my heart in your gentle hand. When I fall down, grace lifts me up. Jesus, it's your grace, that's more than enough. Grace carries me in the darkest night. Grace speaks truth when I lose sight. Every moment, every tear I see, Jesus, your grace. When I'm weak, grace is strong. When I'm tired, grace goes on. When I doubt, grace believes. When I hurt, grace relieves. Grace is bigger than every fear. Grace holds close when pain comes near. Grace will never let me be left in darkness. Grace sets me free. Grace carries me, forever you'll stay. Grace leads me forward day by day. Grace in my breathing, grace in my song. Grace in the moments when life feels wrong. Grace carries me wherever I go. Grace tells me I love you so, till I reach heaven, till my soul is free. Jesus, your grace will carry me. Soft piano fading like dawn, a final whisper. Grace always enough. I used to think I had to fix the broken parts of me, clean up every moment, try to earn a victory. I kept hiding all my weakness, afraid to let it show. pretending I was fearless when I didn't really know. I thought you loved the version of me that had no pain. I thought you wanted someone who never broke again. But grace came quietly, grace came in disguise. Grace saw every tear I never let fall from my eyes. I've been scared to speak the truth of the battles in my mind, but grace said every scar was never meant to define. I've been running from the memories that haunt me in the night. Grace said, look at me, I'll turn darkness into light. Grace doesn't ask for perfection, grace doesn't ask for a plan. Grace just says, come closer, put your life in my hands. Grace changed everything when I thought I was done. Grace picked me up when my hope came undone. Grace tore the chains, grace wiped the stain. Jesus, your grace changed everything. Grace changed everything when I lost my way. Grace showed up on the worst kind of day. I don't have to try, I don't have to bring. Jesus, your grace changed everything. There were prayers I prayed quietly because I didn't think you heard. There were questions I kept secret cause I couldn't find the words. I was scared of being honest about the battles in my soul. But grace said broken stories are the ones that make you whole. Grace didn't wait for me to get all of together. Grace stepped into storms regardless of weather. Grace didn't run from tears, grace didn't hide from pain. Grace showed up in the heartbreak again and again. I saw grace in the silence when no answers came back. I felt grace in the waiting through seasons of lack. I didn't understand it, but I'm learning now. Grace doesn't always rush, but it shows up somehow. I don't need to be strong enough, I don't need to stand tall. Grace is the strength when I have none at all. Grace changed everything when I thought I was done. Grace picked me up when my hope came undone. Grace tore the chains, grace wiped the stain. Jesus, your grace changed everything. Grace changed everything when I lost my way. Grace showed up on the worst kind of day. I don't have to try, I don't have to bring. Jesus, your grace changed everything. I've seen grace in the moments I thought were too small. I've seen grace catch me gently right before I fall. Grace is not silent, grace is not slow. Grace is the whisper saying I won't let go. Grace takes the mess and makes something new. Grace takes my never, turns it into through. Grace gives me peace when I'm losing sleep. Grace proves God's promises are forever to keep. Grace is the voice that drowns out the shame. Grace is the power in Jesus' name. Grace is unearned, grace is undeserved. Grace is the table where sinners are served. Grace turned my fear into something bright. Grace turned my weakness into strength and light. Grace erased questions I couldn't understand. Grace just said, trust me, take hold of my hand. I don't have all the answers, but I don't need to know. Grace walks beside me wherever I go. Grace changed everything when I thought I was done. Grace picked me up when my hope came undone. Grace tore the chains, grace wiped the stain. Jesus, your grace changed everything. Grace changed everything when I lost my way. Grace showed up on the worst kind of day. I don't have to try, I don't have to bring. Jesus, your grace changed everything. When I'm broken, grace still holds. When I'm weary, grace unfolds. When I'm crying, grace sees tears. When I'm frightened, grace kills fears. When I'm doubting, grace remains. When I'm hurting, grace sustains. When I fall short, grace steps in. Grace is a love that never ends. I've been carrying memories that never learned to fade, holding on to moments I wish I never made. I try to bury weakness where no one else could see, but grace appeared gently, saying, come sit with me. I try to hide my heartbreak, try to act like I was fine, try to smile through questions I could never define. I thought you needed answers, I thought you wanted strength, but grace sat down beside me and listened at length. I was looking for approval, trying to build my worth, but grace reminded softly, you were loved before birth. You see the broken pieces that I keep locked away, and grace tells every secret, it's safe, you can say. I don't have to earn forgiveness, I don't have to prove I belong. Grace meets me in silence when words feel wrong. Grace finds a way through walls I build. Grace holds a hurt I've never spilled. When I run, grace still stays. Jesus, your grace finds a way. Grace finds a way when hope is lost. Grace paid the price I could never cost. I was blind, but now I say, Jesus, your grace finds a way. I used to think redemption was something I achieved, a prize for the holy, for those who believe. But grace came unexpected when I was undone. Grace whispered, you don't qualify, that's why I've come. Grace doesn't count the failures, grace doesn't keep a score. Grace doesn't wait for better, grace knocks at the door. Grace steps into unspoken pain, grace walks into fear. Grace says I've never left, I've been right here. There are tears from the past that I still remember, nights in November, cold like December, but grace lit a candle right under the rain, and suddenly darkness was not the same. I thought mercy was temporary, a to try harder. Grace taught me to breathe when life only got darker. I don't have to fix the story, I don't have to hide the truth. Grace looks at my mistakes and calls them proof. Grace finds a way through walls I build. Grace holds the hurt I've never spilled. When I run, grace still stays. Jesus, your grace finds a way. Grace finds a way when hope is lost. Grace paid the price I could never cost. I was blind, but now I say, Jesus, your grace finds a way. I've seen grace in the healing of things I never prayed. I've seen grace in forgiveness for words I shouldn't have said. Grace showed up in strangers and friends I never knew. Grace showed up in silence, in the simple I'm with you. Grace stands beside me when I feel unworthy. Grace covers shame gently, speaking truth kindly. Grace walks into places I never thought would change. Grace tears down strongholds. Grace rearranges pain. Grace is not small, grace is not cheap. Grace is the promise God swore to keep. Grace breaks addiction, grace ends despair. Grace pours out mercy anywhere, everywhere. There are chapters unwritten that grace is writing now, turning every why into God somehow. Grace sees the future beyond where I've been. Grace opens doors no one else can open again. I don't need to know the ending, I don't need to understand how. Grace says one step at a time, just breathe right now. Grace finds a way through walls I built. Grace holds the hurt I've never spilled. When I run, grace still stays. Jesus, your grace finds a way. Grace finds a way when hope is lost. Grace paid the price I could never cost. I was blind, but now I say, Jesus, your grace finds a way. In my weakness, grace is strong. In my waiting, grace holds on. In my heartbreak, grace begins. In my struggle, grace still wins. When I question, grace replies. Lift your head and raise your eyes. When I'm wounded, grace is near. Grace says peace, I'm always here. Grace finds a way forever true. Grace keeps saying I choose you. Every valley, every day. Jesus, your grace finds a way. Grace finds a way till heaven's call. Grace is enough.